YouTubers, I thought you might actually like to see the murderous bastard that went and killed those poor innocent MOTs earlier on. Well, now you've seen him. Now you're going to see what I've got next. You see there a whole lot of cracks in a screen, and one right the way up there. It's not coming up all that clearly, but it's a 50-inch Samsung plasma TV. Plus I've got a few little acquisitions that I've found in the last few days. This little fella here. Nice little 10 amp 4-pole contactor. Now, being the fact that it says 50 cycles per second, you can tell that it's obviously come from around about the 50s. But looking at the coil there, no signs of burning, nothing on it. So with a little test, I think this thing might be good to go. Another little acquisition I've made. Might look a little bit rusty, but it's a 400 watt mercury ballast. It can go with the other one I've got to keep the MOT running well. And even further up the point, this little fella. It's a Vision HF12-155W, 12 volt, 28 amp hour deep cycle battery. It's amazing what people throw out. And I don't just have one, or two, or even three. Count them all, folks. There's another 5 of them there, so I've got 6 of the buggers. And I know there's plenty out there that like their porcelain lamp holders and the likes. So I got this one. Well, E40 Goliath Edison screw lamp holder. Now, just as a size comparison here, this is the base of a 10 watt CFL. Fits right into the lamp holder, doesn't it? And another little thing, I'm going to show this one opened up. High intensity discharge lighting kit. Little 35 watt xenon lamp. But I'm not going to bore you with the details of every last screw that comes out of the back of this big whopping great monstrosity of a TV, but it is the biggest thing that I will have torn down so far. So I'll take the screws out and I'll be back. Oh, here we go, guys and girls. I've got this thing all apart, but we'll go back to the HID lamp. That's a little ballast control for him. Puts out 23 kV just to start the lamp. That little one for photon. Have a look at the size of that tiny little arc tube in there. You thought that halide lamp was small. That's a 35 watt xenon. But there's a different reason for this video, and that's this fella. Well, let's start with the first thing. We'll get rid of the power supply board. really a lot in these things compared to what I was expecting. Little IEC mains connector, obviously filtration as well. Filter the main signal coming into it. And like everything these days, switch mode. Oh, one more screw. I missed one. That'll be him. Another board over here for the tuner assembly and the lights. Tuner assembly, inputs as well. Down on the other side of that there's a little touch sensor for at the front of the screen. Turn it on, off, change channel, whatever. All the rest of the bits and pieces. Oh fuck, here I am throwing shit around again. Even a little board under here that I'm curious about, probably the backlight, if these things even have one. It'd be interesting to see that fire up anyway, if it's there. Little hunk of plastic, ain't worth much. That's the tuner assembly plus all the inputs. PC input, PC audio, digital audio in. Rather interesting looking speaker boxes. I'll tell you one thing, I've got an MOT with their name on it. We shall get rid of all these ribbon cables. That's a rather curious little board. Samsung branded chip on it. It's original. Going by all the ribbon cables everywhere, I'd say it's just an interface board between all the other control boards. Tuner, backlight, screen display, speakers. Even though the speaker's plugged into the tuner board anyway. Like some sort of central processor. The Samsung SPS HI14. Of course, everybody knows where these little ribbon cables go. Straight to the screen. And we're talking a fair voltage here with the size of those bloody caps. I haven't seen any markings on them yet. But no doubt I will. They might come in handy for flybacks or a Tesla coil or something like that. which I have one of those in the pipeline, but not for a little while yet. Need to build some money up and get some bits and pieces like NSTs, Variac. No voltage rating on these. There's a few of them there. Here we go to the other side of the beastie. Another screen control board. I can't arc this thing out. I would have loved to, but I was a victim of a screwdriver accident. That's what initially cracked the screen. So cracking the screen means I can't put the MOT across it and arc it. Oh mate, Aussie 50, he went and did one not so long ago. If you haven't seen it, might be an idea to go out and check it out. I've got ringing heat sinks out over here. Hell of a lot of weight in these things. But then again, what do you expect for the size of it? I'd hate to have to pick up a bloody 80-inch one on my own. Still no charge in any of these caps. All discharged. And this one here, that'll be the main control board for the whole display. And believe it or not, in amongst all that potting compound and that lump of black there, I see the name Panasonic. And every single one of these chips along this board. Now, come to one board that's actually piqued my curiosity. Find out what's behind it. Get the last screws out of this thing. Be nice to find a nice cold cathode fluorescent behind here, or a nice massive bunch of LEDs. poor wonky old total. I need to get another one of these as well. Something decent. Not something cobbled together out of doing a bit of dumpster diving. Yeah, I think Samsung had a bloody monopoly on ATEX fasteners with the amount of screws in this thing. And even taking these little brackets out, it's still not giving away its secrets. More screws. And one hell of a lot more ribbon cable. There's definitely no cold cathode fluorescent. Get an understanding about these things yet. That's one thing I didn't know about plasmas. They generate their own light. And after all that, that's one Samsung plasma that's now just a pile of scrap. Yeah, guys. Thanks again for watching. That'll be all until next time. I've got something, this might have been the biggest thing I've done a teardown on, but what I've got coming up next is the heaviest. But I'll let you think about that until I put it up. Thanks for watching, guys.